welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. Today is a new video for me. Today is going to be a almost full-faced first impression video. I've never filmed a makeup tutorial before, so this will be new also. And I'm a little nervous, but hopefully it goes okay. I guess we'll see. Almost everything I have is brand new. There's a few things that I'm going to be using from my collection already, but you know, I'll point that out when I get to those. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Alright, to start, I'm actually going to be using something that I already have in my collection. This is the Too Faced Shadow Insurance. It's very well used. Oh god, already this is becoming a disaster. Alright, my eyelids are properly primed. I like to do my eyes before the rest of my face just in case I get fallout. So the eyeshadow palette that I've decided to use from my board of eyeshadow palettes is the Nars, the Loaded palette. This is a fairly new product. It should still be available on the Sephora website. I'll link all of the products that I use below. This is what the eyeshadow palette looks like. It's a very warm eyeshadow palette. I was really excited when I saw this. They had a lot of really good reviews, so I decided to pick it up for myself. And then I felt guilty about it because I have so many palettes in my collection. So let's see. First, I'm gonna go in with this shade right here. It's this very skin tone color that I'm gonna use to set this primer a little bit up around the brow bone. I am going in with a brush from Morphe. This is the Morphe G13 brush. These eyeshadows are really soft, so they do have a little bit of fallout, so I'm going to try and be a little more careful. It is a little dark, but that's fine. We'll make it work. Okay, so next, let's see. I'm gonna go in with this Sephora Pro Crease brush. It's just this little standard Sephora Collections brush. And I'm gonna pick up this light beigey shade, pinky, orangey shade. Maybe I need to learn these descriptions a little better. And I'm just gonna pop this in the crease, using it as my transition shade. That is going to do. Next, I'm going to go in with this really pretty, oh, am I just like absolutely blinding you? Here, how about let's do it this way. Next, I'm going to go in with this really warm shade right here and pop this in the crease. I'm going to be using the MAC 217 brush to accomplish this. Next, I'm going to be taking this Mirabella Eye Blender brush. I got this absolutely forever ago in an Ipsy bag, and I'm just going to go ahead and blend some of those colors together. Alright, next I'm going to put this really pretty, bright, fiery orange, shimmery shade all over the lid, and I'm going to be using, this is a brush by Made You Look by Lex. She's a YouTuber here, and she does amazing body art. She has a brush set, and this is just a flat shader brush from her line. I'm going to be taking that and putting it all over the lid. Alright, there's definitely some fallout. Just going to take a brush and wipe that away because it will distract me. Go back in with my blending brush, make sure that's very blended. I like that shade. It's definitely making my blue eyes pop a little bit, if I do say so myself. Next, let's see, I definitely want to darken this up a little bit, so I'm going to go in with my Morphe M441. This is a pointed blender brush. I'm going to go in with this, I think, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just go in with this dark chocolate brown shade right there, and I'm going to put that in the crease. And the outer V is what I'm going for. I like this a lot. The shades probably aren't showing up like totally well on camera. It's a really overcast day today here in Southern Oregon, so I had to put some lights in. I'm gonna go back in with that shimmery orange color right there and just kind of build it up a little bit more. It's short, it's sweet, it's simple, it's not too bad, and I'm really enjoying this look so far. Okay. Okay, next I'm gonna put some eyeliner on. I do not have new eyeliner, and I'm not the best at putting eyeliner on, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that off camera. Okay, so I added a little bit of a wing. My thoughts so far on this Nars Loaded palette is I really like it. I think it blends really well. The color selection is really good. I'm excited to experiment with some of these other shades. It is pretty expensive, but so far I'm very happy with it. So next I am going to prime my skin. I wanted to use one of the primers I haven't yet, but I have a new foundation and I'd rather give that foundation a fair try. So I'm just gonna go in with my Urban Decay Optical Illusion Complexion Primer. This is currently in my project pan, so I figured I'd go ahead and use this. Foundation I'm going to be trying today is by a brand new brand to the drugstore. I think this is by Kokie Professional. Kokie? I don't know. I actually haven't seen any reviews on this yet. I tried to find it online right before I bought it to see what people were saying about it, but I didn't see anything. I don't remember how much this was. It might have been like $12. I got mine in the shade 10W. It was, I think, the lightest shade they offered. The really cool thing about this is it does come with a pump applicator, and this bottle is like a glass bottle, which I think is very nice for the drugstore. So I mean, $12, nah, I mean, it's got some really good benefits, so we'll see how it works. I do have oily skin, so if you have oily skin, I'll let you know. So I'm going to apply some of this to the back of my hand and then use my Dirty Beauty blender to apply it to my face. I think it might be a good shade match. All right, let's see. I've got maybe 2 pumps on the back of my hand. We'll see how far this goes. Is this covering anything at all? So it kind of doesn't look like this is really covering all that much. I generally like a more medium coverage foundation, even medium to full, and this is like super light coverage. The color match is pretty good. I'm not noticing it on my skin. So this is one layer. How does it feel? It feels pretty good, not too tacky. The back of the bottle says a mid-coverage natural finish foundation that offers flawless high-def perfection in every light. So, I mean, let's go ahead and apply a second layer and see how it layers and if it provides a more medium coverage like it says. It's definitely a very wet formula. So I have it fully applied. Let's see. I mean, I guess, yeah, this built up to medium coverage. It does have a pretty natural finish. It feels a little tacky, but it might dry down a little more. I'm going to set it with a powder to give it a fair shot, since I set all of my foundations with powder, because I am so oily that it's just pretty much necessary for me. Okay, so I do have a brand new concealer. This is the Nars This is the Nars Soft Matte Complete Concealer. I've heard really good things about this, and I've been looking for a concealer that covers well on the rest of the face. I do use the Tarte Shape Tape, which I really like, but I find that it doesn't cover around my face as well. I love it for under the eyes, but it's just okay for the rest of the face. So I got mine in the shade Vanilla. This is light 2. So let's just go ahead and take my finger. It is extremely pigmented right off the bat, which makes me very excited. Dab it where I need it. Wow, this shade match is pretty remarkable. It blends right in with this foundation. Ooh, that foundation is settling into my nose area. Let's go ahead and try this under the eyes, but I'm gonna go ahead and blend. I almost don't even need a beauty blender because it kind of just blended and covered itself when I put it on with my finger. Not too bad. So now I'm gonna go ahead and apply under the eyes. No idea how well this is gonna work. It could be a hot mess, so it's a little dark, but I could always fix that with my Shape Tape if I needed to. I don't know. I feel as though I might like this for the rest of the face, but for under the eyes, I think I like the coverage that the Shape Tape offers a little bit more. It might also be that this is a little bit darker than I normally like for under the eyes. Good enough. Let's go ahead and put some powder on. I do not have any powders, new powders in my collection, so I am just going to go ahead and go in with my RCMA No Color Translucent Powder. I'm going to go ahead and bake them a little bit. I'm also going to go underneath the nose and kind of on top of the nose because I tend to get really oily in that area and foundation separates, so I'm going to give this foundation a fair shot. Go ahead and powder the rest of my face a little bit. And then I'm going to go in with the Morphe E3 powder brush, and I'm going to take some of this powder and just spread it on the rest of my face. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and wipe away this bake a little bit. That is nice and mattified, so my face feels pretty good. It might just be because of the powder, but so far this foundation is wearing pretty good. I don't hate it. It's got a pretty natural coverage. Actually, looking up close, I like it a lot. It has a very my skin but better kind of look to it. I don't know how well you'll be able to see on camera what that looks like, but you might just have to take my word for it. So now that I have my foundation on, I'm going to go back in with my Nars Loaded palette, and I'm going to take this transition shade right here and put it under the lash line. And then I'm going to go in with this really warm orangish shade right here and apply that on my lash line also, or under my lash line. I'm liking the way this looks. I'm going to go ahead and go in with that really dark shade, this dark chocolate brown right here, and apply this just on the outer edge. To smoke it out, I'm going to go in and blend it in just a second. So now I'm going to go in again with my Mirabella blending brush and just kind of blend out that lower lash line. Alright, I am enjoying that. Moving on. Alright, actually, I'm going to go, I forgot almost, I'm going to use, in this palette, they have this really pretty shimmery ivory color that I'm going to pop in my inner corner and see how that translates. This isn't quite as creamy as the rest of the shades. It's definitely not my favorite in the palette, but it will do for now. So next I'm going to go in with a product from Tarte. This is the Tarte Don't Be Afraid to Dazzle Double Duty Beauty. This is a highlight and bronzer duo that I got from Alex for Valentine's Day. It is now June. Valentine's Day was months ago. So this is what the packaging looks like. It's really pretty gold reflective. This is what the inside looks like. It's got a contour bronzer shade right here and then a highlight shade right here. This actually smells like chocolate, so that's very exciting. I'm going to go ahead and go in with this brush. This is by Vasante, I think. It's just this pretty thin brush that I use for bronzing. I don't know if that's actually what it's for. It might be used for blush, but I'm going to use it for bronzing. And I'm just going to tap it in this contour shade and then apply it. Might have added a little bit too much to that side. I'm going to go in with this MAC 129 brush and just kind of try and blend that out a little bit more. I think I like it. It blends pretty good. It's a pretty good shade match. I did add a little bit too much, but that is user error. Ooh, actually a lot too much. Oh no. Now that I'm looking at it, it's just like looking darker and darker. How is this happening? I'll just keep blending until it gets better. Blending always helps, right? I'm going to take a little bit more of that contour shade and buff it up in my forehead area. Okay, I had to take a quick intermission because my blood sugars were dropping. If you didn't know, I'm a type 1 diabetic, so that happens. Next, I'm going to go in with something I'm very excited about. If you saw my Sephora VIB sale haul, you'll recognize this. This is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Edit Surreal Light. This is what it looks like. It is a marble finished packaging, and opening it up, this is what the inside looks like. This is not available anymore, but I mean, Hourglass has all sorts of shades like this available for purchase. I'm going to use this blush shade. This is the shade Surreal Effect. It's this shade. Oh, actually, No, we're gonna do, actually we're gonna go in with Surreal Glow. It's this shade right here. I think that will look better with this eye look. I'm gonna go in with the Morphe E3 brush. I'm gonna go ahead and take a little bit of Surreal Effect. That's the more pinky shade in here, and I'm gonna lay that just a little bit over top to add a little bit more pink on top of that orangey color. Yeah, I like that. Okay, next they have a bronzing shade in here, Surreal Bronze Light. That's this shade right here, and just go ahead and overlay that on top of the contour. I'm gonna go back in with that MAC 129 brush and lay that on top to add a little bit more bronze, and then we'll add that a little bit on the forehead. Next, I'm gonna go in with this shade right here. This is the shade, this is a finishing powder in Surreal Light. I'm gonna go ahead and just whip out this giant Real Techniques brush. This is the brush 100. It's from there, like when they did the metals. I'm gonna dust it on my chin, down my nose, a little bit on my forehead, and the cheekbones. It's supposed to be a setting powder, right? I don't hate that at all. Okay, I think I like this. I'll have to experiment a little bit more, but it was pretty expensive, so hopefully I get some pretty good use out of it. Next, I'm gonna go back in with this little Tarte palette, and I'm gonna go pick up the shimmery shade right here. I'm going to use my Morphe M441 brush and pick it up and dap it on the highlights of my shape. Ooh. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see it because I know the lighting's kind of off right now, but I really like this. Highlight tip of my nose. Then I'm going to go in with my Morphe M169 brush. It's just a detail brush, and I'm going to put it on my Cupid's bow. And then also I'm going to highlight my brow bone with it. Alright, so I think that's finishing up my face. I did pick up this brow product. This is also by the brand Kokie. So this is a very interesting product. I haven't seen anything like this before. It comes in this little tube thing, and then you pull it out, and it's got this little applicator right here. It's very weird. It's a powder product, so I have no idea how good this is gonna work, but we're gonna find out. I'm going to take a spoolie, and I'm going to just brush out my brows. And then I'm gonna take this and just go for it, because I don't know how this is gonna work. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. It's just distributing the powder. Okay, we're gonna fix that in a second. Let's go over here. I might need to go in with. Oh god. Oh god. Oh, it's going on. Oh no. Oh no. This is a brush by Sedona Lace. This is their EB17 brush. It has a liner tip, so I'm gonna take this and try and distribute some of this powder product throughout my brow. Okay, okay, alright, I don't hate this. I would have preferred a little more of a gradient. It's a little harsher than I typically like. This is a little darker than I typically do, but I think it works because my hair is pretty dark right now. Now this might be a problem. I actually kind of like this a lot. I mean, I was a little heavy-handed, but that's, again, human error. I think the powder matches pretty well. The applicator really wasn't that hard to use. I just went, like I said, a little heavy-handed, but those turned out really well. I just have eyelashes and lips, so I have not tried this before. This is the Tarte Lash Paint Mascara. Came highly recommended from a friend of mine. This is what the packaging looks like. I think it's really cute. This is what the wand looks like. It's a pretty standard wand. Alright, mascara is done. I don't hate it. I don't know if it's my favorite mascara that I've ever used before. It did okay. It might work better the second or third time that I use it. Sometimes mascaras are just like that. So far, I enjoy it. So last, we have the lips. I have two products from Kokie or Kokie Cosmetics. The first is a Kissable Liquid Lipstick Matte Rouge in the shade Sublime. The next is a matte lipstick in the shade Sahara. I think I want to go for it and use the matte lipstick and see how it wears. Just going straight in, not worrying about a lip liner. Definitely has a moussey texture. It's not wet or anything like that. All right, this definitely feels very moisturizing right now, so it'll be interesting to see how it dries down and how it feels. Oh, the last thing, I actually have one more thing. I forgot I have the Urban Decay De-Slick Oil Control Makeup Setting Spray that I have not used. I also hauled this. I've been using up my miniature setting sprays, but this is brand new, so let's go ahead and test it out. It's a pretty big container, which is very exciting. I really like their new packaging. Has a nice refreshing herbal scent to it, which I like. So I'm gonna go ahead and let the lipstick dry down a little bit and then come back in a moment and we'll see how my face is doing. Okay, so it's been a couple minutes and the lips have dried down a little bit, but they do still feel like they will transfer, so let's find out. Oh yeah, definitely transferred. So these are kind of a matte liquid lipstick, but they're not what we kind of have learned to associate with that name. Some of the standout products from my first impressions were definitely the eyeshadow palette. I like how these blend. I like the colors. I think that Nars really kind of, it's good. I enjoy it. It is expensive, but I've enjoyed it. Next, I really liked the Tarte Don't Be Afraid to Dazzle little contour highlight palette. I did go a little heavy-handed, so definitely be careful if you pick that up because it will kind of get a little Also, I really liked the foundation from Kokie Cosmetics. If you know how to say that, please let me know below because obviously I'm so confused. So far, I really like this, but we'll see how it wears throughout the day. I also really like this brow product. We'll see how it wears throughout the day. It might look a little dark for me. I don't know, you tell me. I also do like this lipstick. I don't like super drying liquid lipsticks, so far I've enjoyed this. We'll see how it wears as the day goes on. Everything else was okay. I will say I do like the Hourglass Ambient Lighting palette also. The packaging alone, I talked about this in my haul video, I absolutely love. I'll have to see about the Nars, maybe try it with one of my other foundations that I really like, or just use it alone on days where I don't want to wear foundation and just see how it wears and get a better idea of it. The mascara is okay, nothing to write home about. I think that there's other ones that I've liked a little more. The setting spray, I mean, I can't tell you right now because the purpose of it is to extend your makeup wear, so I haven't been wearing it for very long, so I couldn't tell you. And I think that was everything. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe below. I have a declutter playlist that I have now finished. I have a project pan going on and some other fun videos. If you have any other suggestions for videos you'd like to see from me, please leave them down in the comments below. And until next time, thank you so much for watching. Bye.